Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
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 Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Adilila chapter 4 text 56. Radha Krishna Ekatma.
Radha Krishna Ekatma.
Dui Dehadari.
Dui Dehadari.
Anyonye Vilase Rasa.
Anyonye Vilase Rasa.
Aswadana Kori.
Aswadana Kori.
Translation and purports by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love. Please repeat. Radha and Krishna are one and the same,
Radha and Krishna are one and the same,
but they have assumed two bodies.
but they have assumed two bodies.
Thus they enjoy each other,
Thus they enjoy each other,
tasting the mellows of love.
tasting the mellows of love.
Purport. The two transcendentalists, Radha and Krishna, are a puzzle to materialists. The above description of Radha and Krishna from the diary of Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami is a condensed explanation. But one needs great spiritual insight to understand the mystery of these two personalities. One is enjoying in two. Shri Krishna is the potent factor and Srimati Radharani is the internal potency. According to Vedanta philosophy, there is no difference between the potent and the potency. They are identical. We cannot differentiate between one and the other, any more than we can separate fire from heat. Everything in the Absolute is inconceivable in relative existence. Therefore, in relative cognizance, it is very difficult to assimilate this truth of the oneness between the potent and the potency. The philosophy of inconceivable oneness and difference propounded by Lord Chaitanya is the only source of understanding for such intricacies of transcendence. In fact, Radharani is the internal potency of Shri Krishna, and she eternally intensifies the pleasure of Shri Krishna. Impersonalists cannot understand this without the help of a Mahabhagavat devotee. The very name Radha suggests that Srimati Radharani is eternally the topmost mistress of the comforts of Shri Krishna. As such, she is the medium transmitting the living entity's service to Shri Krishna. Devotees in Vrindavan therefore seek the mercy of Srimati Radharani in order to be recognized as loving servitors of Shri Krishna. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally approaches the fallen conditioned souls of the Iron Age to deliver the highest principle of transcendental relationships with the Lord. The activities of Lord Chaitanya are primarily in the role of the pleasure-giving portion of his internal potency. The absolute personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, is the omnipotent form of transcendental existence, knowledge, and bliss in full. His internal potency is exhibited first as Sat, or existence, or in other words, as the portion that expands the existence function of the Lord. When the same potency displays full knowledge, it is called Chit, or Samvit, which expands the transcendental forms of the Lord. Finally, when the same potency plays as a pleasure-giving medium, it is known as Ladini, or the transcendental blissful potency. Thus the Lord manifests his internal potency in three transcendental divisions. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Hare Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita is a jewel of a Shastra because it completely discusses the subject of the Absolute Truth. And in this Adi Lila, the 4th chapter, we're discussing the confidential reasons for the Lord's appearance. So who can understand the mind of God? Who can understand the confidential things within the heart of the Lord? We living beings are able to keep things confidential. You know, people say, this one I'm keeping it to the death, secrets that will never be revealed. So if we don't want someone to know our heart, practically they cannot. Now consider the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His private life cannot be understood by a conditioned soul in this material world. His private affairs are only understood by those devotees whom he allows within his circle. And within our line, we have access to such devotees who render confidential services to the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna. And therefore can reveal to us what are the confidential reasons that the Lord appears. We understand that externally he comes because it is time to spread the Yuga Dharma. The chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Lord comes as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We hear from devotees like Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was always in the company of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. He is Radha Bhava Jyoti Suvadita. Naomi Krishna Swarupa. It is Krishna, but this Krishna has become imbued with not only the complexion of Srimati Radharani, Gauranga, one with golden limbs, but also with the sentiments, the particular flavor of devotion of Srimati Radharani. And so it is Krishna, yes, but actually in essence, this is Srimati Radharani, who has come to spread the service of Krishna, who has come to invite everyone to serve Krishna. And here we're hearing that this Radha and Krishna are Eka Atma. They are one soul. They are one person. But this one person has taken two forms, Duvidehadari. Why this expansion into two bodies? Anyonye Vilasa Rasa Aswadan. Because there is a desire to enjoy rasa, to taste different loving exchanges. So this enjoying propensity comes from the supreme enjoyer, Krishna, who by his very nature, Swarup Shakti, he expands into many aspects of his own self. We hear the Swarup Shakti is divided into three: the Sandini, the Samvit, and the Ladini. We just came from Balaram Punima, where we heard about how Lord Balaram is the manifestation of the Sandini potency. He expands all the paraphernalia for Krishna's enjoyment. He's dedicated to serving Krishna. Therefore, when we hear songs that I want to be the air that you breathe, I want to be the ground that you walk upon, we can remember Lord Balaram, because literally he expands as the Dham and Krishna walks on him. He expands as Anantashesh and Lord Krishna lies down on the snake of Ananta as the umbrella, so much paraphernalia for pleasing Krishna. So the thread is the pleasure of the Lord. And the Samvid potency expands the existence, the ability for Krishna to know, the ability for the living entities to know about Krishna. And central to the Swarup Shakti is the Ladini Shakti, the pleasure potency. So pleasure is in great demand. Within us we find also the need for pleasure, to enjoy. But the original pleasure principle is found in Lord Krishna. And when that pleasure principle is expanded into a personality that is the form, the holy form of Srimati Radharani. She's the sum total of Krishna's ability to enjoy, to be happy. So you could say this is a risk on Krishna's part. On our part, if we think, if you would take your ability to be happy, to enjoy, and you manifest a person to be that, that would be quite risky, because what if that person goes rogue? And when you're trying to be happy, they do not facilitate that. You're not going to have that. It happens, we invest in others for our happiness. Yes, that you are my reason for being. People say that to each other. And we come together as friends, as relatives, as societies, and we depend on each other for our happiness. High risk maneuver. Because conditioned souls don't have the ability, nor can they be trusted with the pleasure of someone else. The very reason of conditional life is lust. Lust means selfish, personal gratification. So in the contract of let us give each other happiness and pleasure, intrinsic to that contract is let me get pleasure through being with you. And if I get what I want, I will give something back to you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. In Radha and Krishna, however, we find an unadulterated manifestation in Srimati Radharani. She's completely transcendental, spiritual, the personal energy of the Supreme Lord, and her very being is the form of love of Krishna. And she's imbued with the topmost flavor of love of Krishna called Mahabhav. So she's Mahabhav Sarupini. She's the very form of the highest bliss in loving exchanges. So who can understand the tasting matter of Krishna? What is it that Krishna enjoys? What makes God happy? This is being revealed in these scriptures by these liberated souls who share this knowledge with us. That Krishna is the potent factor and Srimati Radharani is the potency. So the potency and the potent are said to be non-different. And there Prabhupada mentions that this is difficult for conditioned souls to understand. So many a times we may hear something and we may not really have it computing in our consciousness. We can just fold our hands and offer our obeisances to that transcendental truth. Srila Jiva Goswami says the first point we have to understand to begin to understand the Supreme Lord is that He is inconceivable. He's Achintya. When we accept that He's inconceivable, then we enter into some platform of some sort of understanding. So how do we say one person is two people? Because we have been trained and we've heard from the right personalities, we're able to accept it. But if you just revert to our prior settings, material settings, one person cannot be two people. But in this case, the Supreme Lord is always expanding to increase his own pleasure. And creates variety, because variety is the mother of enjoyment. So if God is the supreme enjoyer, you can rest assured that he will find innumerable ways to enjoy. And so he has expanded also the living entities, also for his enjoyment. But the medium of this enjoyment and exchange is love, prema. And this prema is what Srimati Radharani is made of and is what she distributes. Because Krishna can only enjoy love. And that love can only be given by the embodiment of love of Krishna, Srimati Radharani. Therefore, she's so important to us because she holds the keys, the blessings, the mercy to give us entrance into service to Krishna. For she loves him completely and beyond. And therefore she can inspire the servitors, innumerable as they are, in how to serve Krishna. And so Srimati Radharani also expands into the different gopis. Tabiya eva nija rupa kalabi. That they are aspects of Srimati Radharani. Their spiritual forms are also personified love of Krishna. Different flavors of love of Krishna. What is attractive is to try and observe the loving exchanges of Radha and Krishna. We observe them through hearing of them. And we find that in the subject of love, love doesn't flow straight. It always flows in crooked ways. And therefore, to increase the variety, to increase the taste of that love, we find that there are so many obstacles in the relationship of Radha and Krishna. One obstacle is conditioned consciousness. So many people say, Prabhuji, this is really wrong, this thing of Krishna and Radharani, Because Radharani, she's somebody else's wife. And this Krishna is polluting so many girls in Vrindavan. One such man came to Srila Prabhupada, Bengali man. And he put his case before Srila Prabhupada that actually, I'm a Vaishnav since birth, Swamiji. And I really like Krishna in Kurukshetra. But Krishna in Vrindavan, I don't like, what he's doing, really. He's really spreading the wrong understanding of Dharma to the people. And I see your devotees, they like very much this Radha Krishna and talking about this wrong thing that Krishna is doing. So Srila Prabhupada tried, compassionately to explain to him this philosophy of oneness and difference. No, Krishna actually everyone is a manifestation of his energy. So what's the problem if a child is playing with his own shadow? Anyone will find any problem? No, Swamiji, no. Anyway, Krishna is just like 6-7-year-old boy. These are just young kids playing in Vrindavan. What's wrong with their innocent love? Swamiji, no. And Srila Prabhupada, became transcendentally annoyed. He said to this man, so, you have a wife? Yes, Swamiji. He said, you are the criminal. Everyone belongs to Krishna. So your wife belongs to Krishna. And why are you trying to enjoy Krishna's property? So, the man, he coward, put his head down, and you could understand, okay, I know I am the rascal. So others won't let Radha Krishna be, because they cannot put themselves in that position to understand what is going on with their loving exchanges. Therefore, they bring obstacles and they present some fault. And then in Vrindavan, there are also devotees whose service is to create obstacles for the flow of Radha and Krishna's pastimes. They don't want this to happen. There is one such pair of mother and daughter, famous Jatila and Kutila. So, some will side with them. Yes, they are right. Radharani is the sister-in-law, is the daughter-in-law of these two. And to protect the name and fame of their family, they have to guard against the corrupting factor of Krishna. Because Krishna is known that he's going here and there and everywhere and misleading the young ladies in Vrindavan. Remember, this is Krishna's play. This is his personal enjoyment. He has all rights to enjoy as he wants. He is Rasaraj. But in conditional life, we don't want to let him enjoy because we want to compare his enjoyment to our own so-called enjoyment. So anyway, Jatila is always trying to catch Srimati Radharani out so that she can broadcast, finally put it to rest that this girl is not doing right by my brother Abhimanyu. So one day she was putting an ear to Radharani's door, which is one of her favorite pastimes, spying. And she heard that there's some laughing inside there, some discussion. She thought, today I finally found them. And so immediately she opened the door. Hey! And when she opened the door, Krishna saw her, jumped off the bed, jumped out of the window and ran. She ran to the window. I saw you, Krishna. I will tell everybody. So she went running to Jatila. I have caught them red-handed. This Krishna was here. And to her extra happiness is that she saw Krishna's flute on the bed. So now, criminals, when they are caught, they have no time to even collect the very things that they've come to steal. Save your life. So Krishna, so he ran out. And so Kutila brought Radharani to Jatila, and yes, I saw with my own eyes. They summoned, also Punamasi came, found Radharani in the courtyard. She's got her face down. Of course, Krishna was in her room, and this is not supposed to happen. And she's crying, and Punamasi asked, what is this? What's going on here? Why is Radharani under such distress? Oh, no. Today, we caught her red-handed with that Krishna. Every time we say that something is not going on, something right is not happening, something wrong is going on, nobody believes. But today I saw it. And yes, if you don't believe, here's the rascal's flute. Krishna is famous for his flute playing. So, he was one of the biggest udipans. So Punamasi said, no, this is not, it's not a problem. What do you mean it's not a problem? This is a big problem. No, you don't know. Yesterday, Vrindavan, it was raining flutes. Raining flutes? Yeah, it was raining flutes. You don't know. You go to your room and check. So Jatila went there. And when she got to her room, she found about 3 flutes on her bed. What is this? Is this Krishna? He's playing a trick. Who has put these flutes? No, it was raining flutes. They are everywhere. Kutila also, if you doubt, go to your room. She went there, she found over 10 flutes in her room. In this way, they were all dumbfounded. I caught her red-handed with this Krishna, but somehow Krishna has escaped. Because Vrindavan means also Yoga Maya is facilitating this flow of reciprocation. Others are trying to bring obstacles. Radharani came to Krishna and said, actually this relationship between you and I is causing problems only. Everywhere I go, people are calling me names. This lady is unchaste. Very bad. And so this trying to serve you, love you, is bringing me so much reputation damage. Nobody wants to look at me. They feel I'm a corrupt person. So Krishna said, don't worry. Don't worry, I will solve this. I will solve this. I will solve this. And so Krishna manifested some sickness, some fever, and just funny sickness. Nobody could understand. Mother Yashoda was frustrated. What's going on with Kana? So she was thinking, who can help? And as she was thinking as such, one doctor came. This is Krishna. He became this big doctor who knows everything. Don't worry, I'm a yogi, I'm a Kaviraj. I've cured all diseases. There's no disease I've never solved. What is the problem here? Oh, no fever, headache. We don't know. Let me examine this boy. So Krishna is examining Krishna. And Krishna is lying down there, moaning, oh, terrible suffering. And the yogi doctor is saying, no, don't worry, my boy. I've seen everything. I will diagnose what is going on here, and I actually understand what will cure your disease. So he said to Mother Yashoda, I know this Vrindavan is full of all chaste women, so this will not be a problem. The cure to this boy's disease is if one chaste girl can go and get the water of Jamuna in a pot with 1,000 holes. She should be able to get the water from the Jamuna and bring it back here without spilling one drop. Mother Yashoda was freaking out. How is this possible? Don't worry, if there's a chaste lady here, you just announce, let all the chaste women come, and this will be solved. So, as gossip moves faster than truth, it spread throughout Vrindavan. Oh, Krishna is struggling. He has disease, unknown disease, but Kaviraj has come. He has given the diagnosis and recommended the cure. What is the cure? What is the cure? Tell us. Oh, easy. Water from Jamuna. Oh, Jamuna is always flowing. Plenty water. Yes, but in a pot. We have many pots. No problem. Oh, no. But the pot has 1,000 holes. Why 1,000? Oh, no, this is the condition of the Kaviraj. But because all of you ladies in Vrindavan are extra chaste, famous throughout the 3 worlds, any one of you chaste girls, you bring that water without spilling a drop, Krishna will be saved. So others were thinking, yes, suffering of Krishna is worse than the hellish conditions. They were going to do it. But Kuchila was thinking, today is the chance that I can show everybody, actually I'm the most chaste lady here in Vrindavan. She's not really so interested in saving Krishna. Krishna is always creating problems, always dodging her spying game. So anyway, she went forward. Move, I will do it. So the ladies, they're actually shy. They don't want to present themselves as so chaste. But Kutila, hey, get out of the way. Move, Vaishnava, get out the way. So she got there, she was given the spot, and everybody was looking. She drew some water. Soon as she picked it out of the Jamuna, the water started to spill. Oh, she was so distraught. She was embarrassed. She ran away. This is not fair. Destiny is not rewarding her. She has performed all the pujas. She follows all the strict rules and regulations. She is very chaste. But why is she being embarrassed in this way? Something her forefathers must have done that is coming and falling on her. In fact, it's this Radharani and her misbehavior that she has brought shame to the family, and the Devas are unhappy. So Radharani didn't even come because of course, she's so hurt that everyone thinks her character is less than satisfactory. So when all the girls, they tried, it didn't work. Mother Yashoda was getting into more anxiety. Who will help Krishna? Then the doctor said, well, I've heard of this one girl, the daughter of Vrishabhanu and Kirtida. What is her name again? Radha. Oh, yes, Radha. I don't see her here. Why don't you get her? Maybe she can solve this problem. So he went, okay, we get Radharani. Kutila's like, don't waste your time with Radha. How many times I've caught her with Krishna? She's not chaste. So they went to call Radharani and she was reluctant. No, this is not good. Anyway, she came to the Jamuna and she took the pot. As she looked into the Jamuna, Krishna manifested himself in the waters of Jamuna. Don't worry. No water will spill. I'm expanding myself and I'm going to plug all the 1,000 holes. So Radharani, small smile under her veil. This Krishna is such a rascal. But I love him so much. Anyway, so Krishna comforted her. She drew the water. No water is coming out. And Krishna is signaling to Yogamaya, make sure. I may space out because I'm so close to Radharani and some water may drip out. Make sure nothing falls out. So the miracle took place. She drew the water and no drop. Everyone is watching. She's also cautiously walking. Mother Yashoda her heart is beating so fast. We need a cure. We need a cure for Krishna. And Krishna there is moaning even harder, suffering. And she brought this water and poured on Krishna. Immediately Krishna jumped up in joy. He was cured instantly. And everybody was, Radharani is the most chaste. And the doctor was saying, yes, we have found the most chaste lady in Vrindavan. Tell everyone, Govardhan, Javat, Vashana, tell them. She's the most chaste in Vrindavan. And Krishna, sidelong glance to Radharani. I told you I'll take care of that. I'll take care of your reputation. So they are enjoying this meeting, this separation, overcoming different obstacles. And Srimati Radharani wants to involve all of us in this transcendental service to her beloved Krishna. So as it is mentioned here that in the Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and his main mood is in this Ladini position, where she's really most munificent, most magnanimous. Well, he is most magnanimous and most beneficent, and he's trying to distribute devotional service to Krishna, inviting all of us to come home, come back to our original position of being loving servitors of Shri Radha and Krishna. So Srimati Radharani, although not so well known in terms of Srimad Bhagavatam, she's not revealed there. Our acharyas mentioned that in a hidden way her name has been mentioned there because her position is very confidential. But in our line, due to so many manjaris and sakis who have come, they are able to reveal to us her true position. So her qualities are innumerable. It is said her special position, picture Vrindavan, Rasa Purnima. So the best moon is out. The scenery is beautiful. The breeze is blowing off the Jamuna. The lotuses are celebrating. They are opening in the moonlit Vrindavan. So everything smells good. It's cooling rays. And Krishna plays the fifth note on his flute. And the sound of that flute is the sound of Krishna's love for the residents of Vrindavan. So they are hearing this love. And each person experiences this love of Krishna according to their unique flavor of love of Krishna. And when it reaches the ears of the gopis, they forget themselves. Children, what children? They drop them down. Makeup, who cares for makeup? One eye will do. How to put on the sari, nobody cares. Half in, half out, out. Children were being breastfed, they were just plunked on the floor, out. They ran to meet Krishna. And when Krishna met them, he is playing hard to get. Because he likes to churn, you know. He doesn't want easy love. He wants to bring out deeper quality of love. So, gopis, quite odd to see you out here in the forest at night. Nohal, they say in South Africa. Why should chaste girls like you come out in the dead of night? And when the forest is dangerous, so many dangerous animals out here. Krishna is one of those dangerous animals. You shouldn't be here. No, you have called us. I just played my flute. No, you have called us. Therefore we've come. And Krishna is preaching to them Dharma. And they're becoming embarrassed and shy. I mean, come on. Prabhuji. You know how it works. You play the flute, we come. And now today, this preaching to us, this is not good. You shouldn't be here. So now we have left home, we have come here. What are we going to say when we get home? Now we're here, you don't want to. But then Krishna, he manifests that the rasa dance takes place. And so all the thousands upon thousands of gopis under the moonlit sky of Vrindavan with all fragrant breezes, they are dancing with Krishna. And it is said that between two gopis there was one form of Krishna. And all of the gopis were feeling beyond ecstatic and fulfilled. The perfection of their lives. Krishna is here dancing with them. And how focused is he on them? How attentive to each step of the dance is he? And he is embracing them with his own arms. And they were feeling that their devotional service is really being accepted by Krishna. And they were feeling how special that they are, because each one felt that Krishna is really focused on me. It is said, though, there was one form that was dancing with Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani, there is this man. It is a form of love. Sometimes the love is agreeable. There's anger because there's a reason to be angry. Then there's also this anger that there's no reason to be angry. Here, one Krishna to two gopis. And Radharani has Krishna directly. But then, just to churn some more, she becomes annoyed with the whole thing. Even Krishna is bewildered, like, what else should I be doing? It's love. It flows in crooked ways. She thinks enough of this. She leaves. So thousands, hundreds and thousands of gopis. Rasa Leela is going on very nice. So if you've got 1,000 upon 1,000 of gulab jamuns, if I take one gulab jamun from you, are you disturbed?
No.
If you are, do say, don't worry. My gulab jamun. Not even one. Generally, no problem. There's hundreds and thousands more gulabs. They're not disturbed. You are still happy. But here we get to see then how special is this Srimati Radharani. That although there's hundreds and thousands of other gopis, remember they are in essence devotion personified. They are lovers of Krishna. They know how to please Krishna in every other way. But as soon as one gopi leaves, the whole thing loses flavor for Krishna. Rasa dance, what is this? He doesn't want it anymore. Why? Srimati Radharani is no longer there. Because she is the very anchor of all the loving exchanges. Everything that Krishna is doing for pleasure, when it doesn't involve the pleasure of Radharani, then he is unhappy. Actually, all these things that Krishna is doing, he's trying to impress Srimati Radharani. That is said that even in a situation where it seems there should be no loving dealings going on here, Rupa Goswami in Padmavali explains that Krishna is standing, next to him is Mother Jashoda. He is looking ahead, Chandravali is there. To the side, the demon Vrishasura is standing. But somehow, even in the midst of this, his sidelong glance catches the glance of Srimati Radharani, and a smile breaks out from his face. He has to try to control it. He's not supposed to be doing this. His mother is here, there's a demon to be killed, there's the opposing side. Still, unhindered, his heart is flowing towards Radharani. So Krishna gave up that whole Rasa Leela, started to look for Srimati Radharani in a distressed condition. Atmarama Shamunayo Nigranta Purukama Kuvanti Ahetu Im Bhakti. This Krishna is Atmarama, he is fully satisfied. There is no need to be fulfilled in him. But here he is distressed, in want, crying, who can help me to find Radharani? Where has Radharani gone? He's searching by the Jamuna. He doesn't find her. He enters deep into the forest looking for her. So she is the better half of Krishna. In fact, she is the best half of Krishna.